Rejoice and be doubly blessed. For your reward in heaven is...
In 1970, audiences were introduced to a new John Wayne film that featured Forrest Tucker, Christopher George, Ben Johnson, Glenn Corbett, Jeffrey Deuel, Andrew Prine, Bruce Cabot, and Patrick Knoll. Directed by Andrew McLaglen and adapted from Andrew Fennedy's short story, this classic delves into the Lincoln County Cattle War. In the movie Chisum, the film tells the story of an aging, kind-hearted, wealthy cattle baron named John Chisum. Based on a true historical event, the movie follows John Chisum, portrayed by John Wayne. He is the owner of the largest ranch with the most cows and horses in Lincoln County, New Mexico. Despite some liberties taken in typical Hollywood fashion, this classic Western showcases John Chisum as he faces one final significant battle in his life. John Wayne's role as John Chisum brings depth and emotion to this gripping tale of courage and determination in the Wild West.
Everything else. If they don't get here pretty soon, we'll be doing business with that LG.
The film presents a strong depiction of generosity through the character who owns land along the Pecos River. The river, a vital resource in the arid landscape, flows through his property, symbolizing life and sustenance. Rather than taking advantage of his situation by building a dam or selling the water rights to other ranchers, he chooses a path of kindness that reflects his genuine character. This choice demonstrates an understanding of the broader community's needs, embodying the spirit of cooperation and altruism. His decision allows the river to flow freely, benefiting not just himself, but also his neighbors and the ecosystem around them. In a time when the temptation for profit could easily lead to selfish actions, his example stands out as a beacon of hope and unity. This moral stance resonates throughout the story, influencing the dynamics between the characters and reinforcing the idea that true strength lies in supporting others. The film captures this essence beautifully, showing how generosity can foster a sense of community and shared responsibility.
We'll rue the day.
Henry Tunstall's land borders the ranch of his good friend. He's another outstanding gentleman who sees the good in people. In fact, one of his ranch hands is a young man who wants to reform and live an honest life. Tunstall has taken him under his wing, really serving as the boy's mentor. Chisum, a 1970 movie, showcases the bond between these two men and their journey of friendship and mentorship in the Wild West. It explores themes of loyalty, redemption, and the power of guiding others towards a better path. Through their relationship, the audience witnesses the impact a positive influence can have on someone's life in the rugged landscape of the frontier.
Her duty, be an officer in the LG Murphy Bank. Your family will like that.
Now, wait a minute. Your bank has nothing...
In the movie Chisum, a ranch hand turns out to be Billy the Kid. Little do Chisum and Tunstall know that they will soon need the kid's gunslinging skills. The notorious businessman, LG Murphy, will stop at nothing to control Lincoln County and profit from livestock sales and trades. He buys all the town's stores, raises prices, takes over the bank, and elects a corrupt sheriff to enforce his scheme. The stage is set for a showdown between good and evil in this classic Western tale.
Maybe it funnels down to her, too. She reminds me of...
Murphy's scheme, since he's put the squeeze on smaller ranchers, the only target left for total control are the ranches owned by Chisum and Tunstall, and they're not going to go down without a fight. They end up starting to open their own bank and end general store, which soon comes under attack by Murphy's henchmen. When the gambler Pat Garrett is passing through the county, he hears about the plan by Murphy's men to steal Chisum's cattle before he has the chance to make a real prosperous sale to the army. Though Chisum has a dedicated band of men fighting Murphy's corrupt and underhanded deadly schemes, this despicable businessman grows stronger and bolder every day. As tensions escalate between the two sides, the stakes are raised and a fierce battle for justice and control ensues. With each passing day, the conflict intensifies, leading to a climactic showdown that will determine the fate of Chisum and the future of the land they both fiercely defend.
What, old guts?
Death.
Tunstall's fate is a pivotal moment in the movie. Fed up with his situation, Tunstall decides to head to Santa Fe to seek the help of Governor Sam Axel. Along the way, Murphy's men ambush him, escalating the battle between the two forces. Billy the Kid's efforts to reform take a dark turn, transforming into a pursuit of rage and revenge. The tension and action intensifies as the characters navigate through this volatile situation, leading to dramatic confrontations and unexpected outcomes.
Thief. Mr. Peaceable himself.
Hello, Pepper.
During the siege of the M. Sween House in 1878, the regulators found themselves surrounded by their enemies at the M. Sween House for 4 days. As the situation escalated, the house was set on fire, trapping those inside. Susan and McSween managed to secure safe passage out of the house, while the men fought to control the flames. With night falling, a daring escape plan was devised. Jim French led the way, followed by notable figures like Billy the Kid. Tragically, the Dolan men saw their attempt and opened fire, resulting in the death of Harvey Morris, Alexander McSween's law partner. The harrowing events of those days would go down in history as a testament to the bravery and ultimate sacrifice of those involved.
But he cares about the people here and in town, about the Indians.
Michael Wayne, John Wayne's son, served as the executive producer of the 1970 movie Chisum. He undertook this project because he believed the story reflected his father's political beliefs. Fat Jack Productions, owned by John Wayne, was the main production company for the film. They constructed the movie sets on location in Durango, Mexico, which included the Chisum Ranch. This classic film showcases the collaboration between father and son in the filmmaking industry, bringing together their shared passion for storytelling and cinematic excellence.
Go on back to Kansas. Why don't you stay out here? New Mexico could use another good man.
In 1970, the movie Chisum utilized a ranch set. When they produced Big Jake in 1971, the same ranch house was used for the McCandles Ranch. The only change made was adding white siding as an exterior modification to differentiate its appearance. This reuse of the ranch set showcases the efficiency and creativity of film production teams in utilizing existing resources to create distinct cinematic environments. Chisum and Big Jake shared this set, demonstrating how subtle changes can transform a familiar location into a unique setting for different narratives. The ability to repurpose sets highlights the ingenuity and resourcefulness of filmmakers in bringing diverse stories to life on screen.
Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after.
Ben Johnson is in this film, and every time you have Ben Johnson in any movie, the film is so much better for it. He is one of those actors that just does something to it. His style, his delivery, his presence on the screen is remarkable. Ben Johnson's salary for this movie was $30,000. In Chisum, Ben Johnson's portrayal adds depth and authenticity to the story, enriching the viewing experience with his talent. His performance enhances the overall quality of the film, elevating it to a higher standard. Audiences appreciate the value that Ben Johnson brings to the screen, making his presence a significant highlight in the movie. Ben Johnson's contribution to Chisum undoubtedly leaves a lasting impact on viewers, solidifying his position as a respected and talented actor in the industry. In this classic, one interesting thing that's showcased is when Billy the Kid and his companions break into McSween's store. McSween comes down the stairs in the dark, asking, "Who's there? Who's there?" This eerie moment mirrors the legend of Billy the Kid's last words, spoken in Spanish in a dark room just moments before his demise. Legend has it that he actually said, "Who is it? Who is it?" instead of "Who's there?" This subtle connection adds a layer of mystery to the film, highlighting the intertwined fates of the characters.
That's supposed to mean? Means it ain't like old times, Jess.
During a press conference in Denver, Colorado on August 3, 1970, former U.S. President Richard Nixon commented on Chisum. In doing so, he used the film as a context to explain his views on law and order. Nixon highlighted how the movie portrayed themes that resonated with his beliefs about maintaining lawfulness and order in society. He drew parallels between the characters' actions in the film and the importance of upholding the rule of law to ensure a stable and just society. Nixon's commentary on Chisum provided insight into his perspective on the significance of law enforcement and maintaining order for the well-being of the community.
I see what you mean. Can it ever go?
In the movie, during a conversation on the porch, Chisum takes out his pocket watch to check the time. Sally notices a photo inside the cover showing a man and a woman who are her parents. Interestingly, the man in the photo is actually the writer and producer Andrew J. Fenaday, while the woman is actress Lee Merriweather. The previous year, Lee appeared alongside John Wayne in The Undefeated, a film directed by the same director and shot in the same area in Durango, Mexico, as the movie. This classic moment adds a layer of connectivity between the characters and the creators behind the scenes.
And nothing I know can turn me.
In the movie Chisum, the zoom in and zoom out sequences of Chisum sitting on his horse on the hillside at the beginning and the end of the movie are all the same footage. The original shot was the zoom out used at the end of the movie that was reversed to produce the zoom in used at the beginning of the film. This clever reuse of footage adds a unique touch to the storytelling, creating a sense of continuity and connection between the opening and closing scenes. It showcases the attention to detail and creativity of the filmmakers in crafting a cohesive visual narrative. Chisum effectively uses this technique to frame the character of Chisum and set the tone for the unfolding story.
So they're all in it together.
In September of 1969, just before filming began for Chisum, John Wayne underwent some cosmetic surgery. The exact nature of the procedure remains a mystery despite extensive searches. It's unclear what corrections he had done by surgeons.
Like you rode far.
Haven't seen a couple of men that looked like they'd rode just as far, dare to it.
When filming the classic, there was a significant moment that stood out for John Wayne. During one of the final fight scenes with Forrest Tucker, Wayne felt an overwhelming sense of disappointment regarding his stunt double. He thought it was painfully obvious that it wasn't him in the intense action sequences. The stunt work, meant to be seamless, ended up feeling over the top and distracting. Wayne, known for his rugged persona and commitment to authenticity, found the contrast jarring. He believed that such a noticeable substitution took away from the scene's impact and overall realism. This dissatisfaction highlighted Wayne's dedication to his craft and his desire to maintain the integrity of the film. The need for believability in action scenes was paramount for him, and he felt that in this instance the execution fell short of his expectations. His candid critique served as a reminder of the challenges faced in the filmmaking process, especially in action-oriented roles.
Great. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away.
During the filming of this classic, John Mitchum introduced John Wayne to his patriotic poetry. Seeing that John Wayne was greatly moved by these words, Forrest Tucker suggested that the two get together and collaborate on a recording of this patriotic poetry. So that's just what they did, and it resulted in a Grammy-nominated spoken word album titled America. Why I Love Her.
Still rue the day.
Warner Brothers. Production and songs originally set up with 20th Century Fox. This classic was moved to Warner Brothers due to Fox's production schedule constraints. The Ballad of John Chisum was narrated by William Conrad, adding depth to the film's storytelling. Additionally, the song Turn Me Around was beautifully sung by Glenn Campbell, enhancing the emotional aspect of the movie. These musical elements brought a unique charm to the production, enriching the overall viewing experience.
Invited the McSweens to that party you wrote me about.
Well, you did? Well, how about you folks?
In 1970, Chisum premiered in Dallas, Texas on June 24. It was a classic Western that grossed $6 million at the box office. The film resurrects iconic characters of America's Western heritage, showcasing thrilling action scenes, including gunfights and stampedes. It captures the essence of good versus evil, with heroes battling villains, all flavored with a touch of romance. Chisum stands out as one of the last true classic Westerns, delivering a dose of nostalgia and excitement for fans of the genre.
Yes,
Uncle John?
we've met.
Oh, well, that's good, because I've invited the McSweens to that.
Chisum, the 1970 movie, has left a lasting impact on audiences through its portrayal of the legendary cattle baron John Chisum. The film's legacy endures due to its historical significance and memorable performances by the cast. Even today, this classic remains relevant because it offers a glimpse into the Wild West era, showcasing themes of power, loyalty, and justice that continue to resonate with viewers. The movie's depiction of a pivotal period in American history and its central characters' struggles and triumphs ensure its continued relevance and appeal to audiences of all ages.
Mr. Tunstall loaned me his Bible here so as I could practice my reading.
Looks like that ain't all your practice.
During the casting process of the 1970 movie Chisum, each key actor was carefully chosen for their role. Auditions were held to find the perfect fit for the characters, ensuring that the actors could embody their roles authentically. Chemistry tests were conducted to see how well the actors worked together and their on-screen dynamic. Pivotal moments arose during these tests, where the casting directors could see the potential of the cast coming together to create a cohesive and compelling film. The actors selected brought the characters to life, making the movie a success.
Speechifying, storekeeping, prayer meeting don't amount to a spit in the river. There's only one thing going.
The directorial vision behind the 1970 movie Chisum was to authentically capture the essence of the Old West while delivering a compelling story. The director aimed to showcase the rugged beauty and harsh realities of the time period, drawing inspiration from classic Western films and historical accounts. Through a mix of action-packed scenes and poignant moments, the director sought to create a cinematic experience that would resonate with audiences. Collaborating closely with the cast and crew, the director infused the film with a sense of realism and authenticity, ensuring that every detail contributed to the overall vision. By blending creative influences, a distinctive style, and a collaborative spirit, the director brought Chisum to life on the big screen.
Will you, Ben? Sure, Jeff.
Filming Chisum brought a range of challenges and creative solutions during its production. The movie was set in New Mexico, where the vast landscapes and historical architecture provided the perfect backdrop for a Western tale. Set designers worked meticulously to recreate the atmosphere of the Old West, using authentic materials to build saloons, ranches, and town squares. To enhance the film's realism, locations were selected for their natural beauty and historical significance, including sites where actual events unfolded during the Lincoln County War. Logistical challenges included dealing with the weather and coordinating large cast and crew movements across remote locations. The team often had to transport equipment and personnel over rough terrains, which demanded careful planning. Innovative techniques included using larger cameras that captured stunning panoramic shots, allowing audiences to appreciate the sweeping vistas. Lighting was also crucial, with the crew employing natural sunlight as much as possible to maintain authenticity. Some scenes featured practical effects like staged gun battles that added excitement without relying heavily on special effects. The combination of location, set design, and practical filmmaking techniques made Chisum a notable contribution to the Western genre, reflecting the era's spirit while delivering an engaging story.
Oh, honey, don't go.
The creation of the musical score and soundtrack for the 1970 movie Chisum involved a collaboration between talented composers and musicians. The music was carefully crafted to complement the narrative and emotional tone of the film, enhancing the viewing experience for audiences. Composers utilized a variety of instruments and musical themes to evoke the Old West setting and dramatic elements of the story. Musicians worked closely with the filmmakers to ensure that the music aligned with the pacing and mood of each scene, adding depth and resonance to the storytelling. Their efforts resulted in a cohesive and powerful auditory backdrop that enriched the overall cinematic journey of Chisum.
Yes, Sheriff, we will get to the bottom of this. One of my men is dead. I've sent for Judge Wilson over at Mesilla.
One iconic scene in the 1970 movie Chisum is when John Chisum, played by John Wayne, confronts the antagonist Lawrence Murphy in a tense showdown. The direction by Andrew V. McLaglen builds suspense as the two characters face off, with Chisum's determination palpable. Wayne's performance captures Chisum's unwavering resolve, drawing the audience in. Another memorable moment is the panoramic shot of the New Mexico landscape, showcasing the beautiful cinematography by William H. Clothier. The vast expanse of the wilderness adds depth to the film and transports viewers to the setting, enhancing the overall viewing experience. The impact of these scenes on the audience is significant. The confrontation scene reveals the clash of ideologies and the power dynamics at play, keeping viewers on the edge of their seats. Wayne's portrayal of Chisum as a strong, principled figure resonates with audiences, making them root for his character throughout the film. In interviews, director McLaglen highlighted the importance of authenticity in capturing the essence of the Old West, creating a sense of realism that immerses viewers in the story. Wayne, known for his iconic Western roles, emphasized the significance of honoring the spirit of the frontier through his performance as John Chisum. Overall, these iconic scenes from Chisum showcase the talent of the filmmakers and actors involved, leaving a lasting impression on audiences with their powerful storytelling and cinematic prowess.
I get the idea. My Buffalo.
Sergeant Braddock will escort you back to the reservation.
The film Chisum, released in 1970, significantly resonated with audiences during its time, reflecting themes of justice, land rights, and individualism. As a Western starring John Wayne, it portrayed the struggles of cattlemen against powerful land barons, echoing real-life tensions in the American West. Viewers connected with the character of John Chisum, who stood up for the underdog, embodying the rugged individualism that defined the era. The film influenced pop culture by reinforcing the archetype of the heroic cowboy, inspiring countless other media portrayals, and revitalizing interest in Westerns. Moreover, Chisum contributed to discussions on land ownership and the impact of industrialization on rural life. It highlighted the importance of community and loyalty, resonating during a time when societal changes challenged traditional values. The film's portrayal of law and order appealed to audiences seeking assurance in a rapidly changing world. Its legacy can be seen in later films and narratives that explore similar themes of justice and morality in the face of corruption.
Want to come in a saloon? I'll buy all of your drink.
I prefer my own bottle.
Chisum, the 1970 movie, received mixed reviews from critics. While some praised its action scenes and John Wayne's performance, others criticized its lack of depth in storytelling. Audience reactions were also varied, with many enjoying the classic Western elements, but some feeling underwhelmed by the plot. Despite the mixed critical reception, Chisum was nominated for a Golden Globe Award for Best Cinematography. This nomination recognized the film's visual appeal and the skillful work of the cinematographer. While it didn't win the award, the nomination itself was a significant acknowledgement of the movie's technical merits. For those involved in the film, such accolades can provide validation for their hard work and talent. Nominations and awards can boost their careers by increasing visibility and credibility in the industry. Even if a film doesn't win, the recognition alone can open up new opportunities and showcase the skills of the cast and crew.
I'm coming out alone. No, you ain't. Not alone. Not till everybody throws down their guns.
During the filming of the 1970 movie Chisum, There was a memorable incident where a prankster on set replaced the prop whiskey with real alcohol during a bar scene. This led to some unexpected improvisation from the actors, adding a touch of realism to the scene. Additionally, John Wayne, who played the lead role, was known for his generosity and often treated the cast and crew to meals on set. Despite the long hours of filming under the scorching New Mexico sun, the camaraderie among the team helped them push through and create a classic Western film that is still beloved today.
So will I.
I know you will, Sally.
Chisum marked a significant moment in film history as a classic Western that showcased John Wayne in a role that blended heroism with a touch of historical realism. The film's depiction of land disputes and personal honor resonated with audiences, reflecting themes of justice and morality that are often found in Western. Its strong character development and vibrant cinematography influenced future filmmakers, setting a standard for storytelling in the genre. The film's success paved the way for more character-driven Westerns, inspiring works like Lonesome Dove and Unforgiven, which explore deeper emotional and social complexities. By integrating historical events with fictional narratives, Chisum contributed to a trend in cinema that favored a more nuanced portrayal of the Old West. Its legacy can also be seen in the resurgence of interest in Westerns during the late 20th century, demonstrating how a single film can impact future storytelling techniques. The themes and stylistic choices found in Chisum continue to echo in contemporary Westerns and beyond, proving the film's enduring relevance.
I know. It's my fault.
You were the primer, Billy.
Sharing your experiences with the 1970 movie Chisum can open up a rich conversation about its impact. Many viewers recall the strong performances, particularly from John Wayne, who brought a sense of heroism to the role of cattleman John Chisum. This film not only entertained, but also provided a lens into the complexities of the Old West, depicting themes of conflict, land ownership, and justice. It may have influenced your views on classic Westerns or shaped your appreciation for the genre's storytelling style. Reflecting on your memories of watching Chisum, whether in a theater or at home, can spark discussions about how it compares to modern films. Did it change your perspective on the characters of that era, or how stories are told in cinema? Engaging with this film can lead to deeper insights and connections with others who share similar passions. We invite you to like, share, and subscribe for more conversations about cinematic treasures like Chisum. Let's hear your stories and thoughts.
Well, if you needed money after all the credit you've given around here,